I'm muted. All right, I'm back on. All right, so let's talk about this guy, Pastor Fatoyinbo, real quick, right? This is the pastor of COZA in Abuja. That was his whole picture on the left-hand side right there. And then to the right-hand side is his newer picture or pictures that went around yesterday. And everybody's like, is that him? Is that him? Everybody was asking if that's really him, right? And it is him, you know. In fact, I was on a TV show earlier today. And there's a lady that came up there to defend him. There's no need to defend him. Like I keep saying, like, we can judge these people all we want. They are held accountable regardless. You know, these scandals hit their pocket. That's the bottom line. But like the message we just heard from Pastor Damina, be guided when you're judging people. You know, I know we can't wait to hold people accountable, right? But I'm just saying, be careful. You know, be careful. And I'm not saying that because it's a pastor. I'm saying people in general. Okay, I do think pastors should be held accountable in Nigeria. I think it's overdue, right? So one of the issues here is that they tend to make all this noise around faith. You can't fall sick if you're truthfully a faith believer and all this kind of stuff, right? That's one of the things that they make noise about, right? But remember, we're talking about, I think it's Matthew 7:7, the same measure, right? The same measure, right? How whatever you project into the world is the standard that will be used to judge you. So now we see that thing turning around for all of these pastors. It's happening right now. You can see with Pastor Kumuyi, you can see with Pastor Fatoyinbo. Listen, anybody can fall sick. That's the bottom line, right? But if you hadn't been running your mouth based off of a hype, a faith-driven, religion-driven hype, when you didn't know any better, you don't have enough experience about life to cast like a wide net of belief system, right? And what a lot of those pastors, especially those that came from the mid-90s to the middle 2000s, what they did is that they run their mouth quite a lot, right? And the truth is that anyone can fall sick, okay? And but thank goodness we also have medical science, right? My question is that why is it that the church is having a hard time adding value based off of today to people? Why must it be about casting witches away? I'm not saying witches don't exist. If you think it exists, you're right. Okay, let me get my sound effect ready. Okay. What I am saying is that there are other ways that the church can add value to the flock, right? For example, take care of yourself. What's wrong with the church focusing on that message, right? Take care of yourself. Make sure that you're eating right, you're exercising right. Make sure that you're nurturing your relationships. Okay, we have people coming and fighting in the parking lot of the church. Okay, I'm talking about especially those small Nigerian churches all over the world. They tend to be disconnected from the reality of life. There are so many ways to add value. Now, I'm not saying they're not adding value, but I'm saying they're mixing up with a lot of nonsense, right? Nonsense like, if you're sick, that means your faith is not strong enough. That is nonsense. Like, you and I can just agree on that right now, right? Anyone can fall sick. So now when it gets to your turn, maybe it's just wait. It looks like he's recovering. I'm happy for him. It looks like he's recovering from a bad sickness, right? You will be judged in the same way, same measures. Okay? So that culture is not just being perpetuated by the pastors. The members of the church are doing it. That's what we're seeing, because they learn from the best, right? And that's what you see that's going on here. Okay? So I wish him the best. Some people want to call it, this is karma. Why? Because he slept with one girl. Oh, he slept with multiple girls. Oh, no, I saw Aka Bant earlier today saying that this guy, he does juju and the wife knows, and he has an extremely high libido as a byproduct of the juju that he does. Honestly, it's whatever. Okay? And you learn more. Right? And you learn more. But here's the lesson in this for the gentleman. Okay? You will be held accountable, especially you will be held accountable for your moves in this life. Okay? You will be held accountable for your moves. Okay? Nobody's asking you to be perfect. Just be guided. That's all. Just be guided. And to whom much is given, much is expected. If you're sitting on a pedestal like Pastor Biodun Fatoyinbo, like the Sulaiman, like the PT of London, the Gucci pastor himself, right? You will be held accountable. It's just a matter of time, right? Now, hopefully, it's not too. Sorry, bros. Oh, okay, sorry. Just there, yeah, right? Hopefully, it's not too bad, right? That is something. Like, for example, I think it looks like this is a good news. It was at some kind of event at the stadium. It looks like it's going to be all right. But last, right? Everybody chop breakfast, right? Nobody's going to last forever. So let's be guided when we're talking about this kind of stuff. All right? That's really all I have to say about that.